14-6 NCAA Atlantic Regional first win over Shippensburg. First question, Mark, just talk about the game in general. Kind of got off to a slow start, but then right back in the bottom of the first, you picked it right back up. And talk about how you guys were able to use that momentum and carry throughout the game.
Well, first of all, Shippensburg came out really aggressive, which we anticipated. I thought that they had a pretty good game plan coming in against Bergert, and they showed that in the first inning. But I was really proud of our guys. We didn't blink. 3 runs for us is a pretty easy thing to overcome, especially early in the game. Bergert wasn't really sharp. I think he had to make some adjustments as that game went on when they were jumping on his fastball early, and he did that. I just thought those 3 runs didn't faze us one bit, and you could see the way we responded pretty confidently with a touchdown in the bottom of the first inning.
Jack, how big was that home run you hit in the first inning, just to kind of match the one that Shippensburg got in the top of the first inning?
Yeah, it was nice to get some runs that inning. Anytime another team scores, that's sort of our first goal, is to get back in the dugout and put some runs up. So it was nice to get those first 3, but to follow with 4 more that inning was pretty awesome. I think it definitely put a hit into Shippensburg's pitching staff.
Coach, I'm really interested in the program here at Seton Hill. Tomorrow, if you win tomorrow, you tie a school record for 46 victories. What's been the key? You're the only coach this school has ever had, right? What's been the key to the longevity and the success of the program?
Many things. The first is great assistant coaches, to be honest with you. I've been pretty fortunate to hire some young, passionate guys that have just invested their lives into developing our players. The second thing, we're different than all these schools in our conference. We're the smallest school in the biggest Division II conference in the country. So it's important that we recruit the kids that are the right fit for us. I think finding guys that want to win, it's really important to them to win. They're high-character kids that take their academics serious, and they have to be willing to work really, really hard. I think that's something we're up front with in the recruiting process, what the expectations are. And the kids that come here know that, and they're bought into competing at the highest level possible. And we try to make that fun. Our ultimate goal is to just provide a great experience for the kids that come here and play baseball. And I think we're able to do that. They have fun. They win. They get a great degree. I've just been really fortunate to find the right kids that are right fit for our school and some assistant coaches that have really just invested in our player development.
You will break or set the record if you win another game or tie the record. How does this team rank among all the other teams you've had?
Well, if I could upset some alumni if I say that they're the best team ever, but every year is different. Every team's different. Measuring wins each season, our competition's different every year too. But I think it says a lot about the commitment of our players. 45 wins now. That is not easy to do in our league. Number one, we stayed healthy for the most part. That's a key. You want to be successful and make it this far in the season, you got to have some healthy kids. It'd be special to I guess break the school record for wins, but that's not what this team is interested in. They're interested in getting to the World Series, whether that's 30 or 50 wins. That's our ultimate goal.
What's special about this team? How have you been able to win 45 games?
I think this guy can probably answer that better.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've been fortunate to be a part of many different groups here at Seton Hill, and they're all very special and they're all very different at the same time. This one in particular will always stand out. I mean, we got a great group of seniors and even some juniors and sophomores who are really leading the way. We got freshmen who are stepping up. We got guys filling roles in the bullpen, filling roles starting, filling roles in the outfield, infield, whatever. I think that's something that's been very important this year is guys being able to adapt. It's no secret that Kevin was our ace, Kevin Vaupel, and Dino stepping in and filling in as that fourth starter was huge at the end of the year. And that's something that's really stuck out this season for me, is guys being able to step up and adapt and fill into new roles. And we've had that over the years here at Seton Hill, but this year just feels special.
Jack, when the guys came back in the dugout after the top of the first inning, you're down 4-0. What was the mood, the kind of the chatter in the dugout at that point?
Yeah, I think Coach Maz said it well. We didn't blink. You play baseball long enough, and you're going to be in situations like that where you're down. And it was no secret to our guys that our main goal was to kind of punch them right back and get after it. And we were able to do that in the first inning, and for the next few innings add on and continue to score. And as Berger settled in, it was you could really feel the momentum shift.
What kind of pitch did you hit over the fence?
Fastball.
Remember the count?
2-0.
2-0?
Yeah.
Are you expecting a fastball at that point?
Yeah, well, he balked on the one pitch, so I actually got to see 3 of them. But,
okay.
Yeah, I was looking fastball.
Are you a guess hitter, or do you pretty much scout the other pitchers so you know what they're going to be throwing?
No, I usually have a pitch in mind, and then I react. I like to say that. I don't like to sell out for a pitch, but I'll use some context clues, and guys in the dugout who are charting will give you some sequences and tendencies, and fortunately with that, I'm able to kind of keep something in the back of my mind and adapt.
Excuse me for asking, but you're a senior?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
How and why did you pick Seton Hill?
I picked Seton Hill for many reasons. One, it's close to home, and I'm very fortunate to be able to play baseball at such an elite program and be close to home. And another is just I remember being in high school, coming to Seton Hill baseball games and just watching how much energy and how much culture you could just see on the field. And being a part of a program like this, I'll forever be thankful for it, and I'm really glad I made this decision.
Were there you had other choices coming out of high school?
Not many, no.
Yeah?
No. But I got the right one.
Coach, who's pitching tomorrow?
John McCullough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we actually altered our pitching rotation a slight bit. Pretty much every weekend for the last 5 weeks, we've gone in the order of John McCullough, Brandon Bergert. And even last week's tournament, we went John McCullough, Brandon Bergert. We switched it up a little bit just because McCullough had faced Shippensburg a week ago, show them somebody different. And a little bit of matchups. John might match up better against some teams in the second round. So,
the PZAC tournament was last weekend, right?
Correct.
I think I saw the scores. You pretty much won every game pretty handily. In this game, you scored 14 runs. Are you waiting for a really close game to really test your team?
Yeah, I'll be honest, Jerry. I'm nervous as hell about it because we haven't played a close game in a while. Well, I shouldn't say that. Our very last regular season series against Mercyhurst was highly contested. We actually lost 2 games and then won 2 very close ball games. And I think that was great for us. Mm-hmm. The last weekend of the season had some really tight, competitive, meaningful baseball games that led into the postseason. But sure enough, we're going to run into a pitcher's duel here, sometime in the postseason. When you look at, we put together a 17-game win streak and also a 14-game win streak during the regular season, and some of those wins were ugly. I mean, we had a number of walk-off victories, I think we had 5 or 6 extra inning victories. So this is pretty cool to get all these 10-run victories, 8-run victories, but I feel like we've earned it because we've been on the other side where we had to fight and scratch and claw to win some 1-run games late. So, and that's great. You get to this point in the season, you have to have that experience of winning, blowouts and winning close games.
Because it's a double elimination format, could you conceivably play 4 games in 4 days?
Yes.
So you would rather finish it on Saturday, though, right?
Most definitely. Yeah, and that's exactly what happened last week. We played 4 games in 4 days. Had we lost that first championship game, we would have had to play a second one. Hopefully we don't run into that this week.
So these guys never get – there's a lot of baseball. These guys never get tired of playing baseball, do you, Jack? I mean,
Never.
55 games already. I mean, you must really love the game.
Well, yeah, that's really important, and that's another thing that sticks out about this team is you can see the passion about the game of baseball. And, yeah, you're going to play a long season. You're going to be sore, and you're going to play hurt. But I think that's sort of the driving factor that'll get you through those long seasons and these long stretches of games in a row.
Good.
Mark, one last question for you. You've been here for 20 years, and you finally get to play an NCAA postseason game at home. What's that mean to you, and what's that mean to your program to finally get to play that first NCAA game on your home field?
I had to pinch myself today, to be honest with you. You were around back when we hosted a regional game in the NAIA. We didn't have bleachers. We didn't have dugouts. We didn't even have an outfield fence. So we've come a long way in those last 14 years, and to, take a moment and look around today and see what an incredible opportunity is to showcase our program and our university. It was really special. I'd be lying, truth be told, this is something that, I and our assistant coaches and our players have been working for 2 decades, is to be able to host an NCAA tournament here. And it's special, and we're trying to win it, but I think we got to take those few seconds to just be very grateful for what we've created here.
Jack, just following up on that, you grew up 20 minutes away from here. What does playing an NCAA game at home mean to you as well?
Yeah, 20 minutes might be a little overstatement. It might be about 8, but it's really awesome. And this weekend's especially important. A lot of my family's in town, and it's just really great to get to play really close to home, and let alone an NCAA tournament. It's pretty special.
How long have you been in an NCAA tournament or an NCAA program?
Our first official season in the NCAA was 2009. Yeah.
Before that, you were NAIA, so you're playing without an outfield fence. Without bleachers. Your staff, I would assume, was a lot smaller too, right?
Coaching staff?
Yeah.
It was the same. We only have 3 of us. But there was a lot of things that were different back then in the NAI compared to now in the NCAA.
Any of your assistants been with you for an extended period of time?
Tyler Sullivan is in, I believe, his 5th year coaching here with us, and he played here at Seton Hill for 3 years. So he's been here at Seton Hill with our program for 8 years. We've had some assistants. DJ Cannon, who's the head coach at Gannon University, was 5 years as a player and 7 years as an assistant coach for us, and he's since moved on. So, good assistant coaches, are very hard to hang on to, but we have a terrific group, and Tyler and Clay.
How did you land here?
Well, I'm originally from Baldwin. I played at Duquesne. Went to graduate school and coached in Wisconsin, and had an opportunity to come back and coach at Duquesne a couple of years after I graduated. And I saw a job posted in the Pittsburgh Press. It said recruiter coach. This was back in 2002 at Seton Hill. And I looked into it, and it had just gone co-ed. And, long story short, I was crazy enough to take the job, and here I am now. So. I am. Yeah, I did. Yep. So it's relatively close to where I grew up, which is pretty special. I highly doubt it. Yeah, I highly doubt it. I think that ship has sailed.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Jerry.
Great. Thanks,
for being here.
Mark. Thanks, Jack. Good luck tomorrow.